Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Now, this is just going to be a video on how I got into the gym, like how I got into the physical exercise in general, how I got into working out in general. Now, I want to say, first of all, I kind of was been exercising since I was like 12, 13 years old at least. You know, when I was a kid, like younger than 12, I would say like 11, 10, 9. I was trying out all different types of sports, not like, I wasn't in any leagues or anything, but mainly at school or like outside of school at a park. I'll just try out different sports with different people that I used to call friends back in the day. Baseball, I played soccer, football, like American football, basketball, what else? Tennis, all types of sports, bowling, like all types of shit. And I kind of suck at 90% of them. Like baseball, I can pitch real well with both of my hands, and basketball, I suck at that. Let's just say that. And football, American football, I can be a quarterback. Yeah, quarterback. Yeah, or like I forgot what they call it. When they throw to be the main guy, I'm pretty sure it's called quarterback. And I can throw the big football well, but I didn't never join any like baseball leagues or basketball leagues, and especially when I got to high school, when I tried out for basketball and all that shit. All of that didn't really work out. I never made the team, no matter how hard I tried. And mind you, this was all before, I started smoking weed. I started doing all this. This is way before I started, lifting weights in general. Like, when I was 12, I broke my hip, my right hip. And I don't know if I already told the story on this channel. Maybe you have to scroll, like, way back to the first couple of videos. But I broke my hip, had to heal for a while, and when in order me to heal, I had to work out, quote unquote, with physical therapy. And it was kind of like the beginning of my journey where, I had to figure out how the machines work and all that stuff. And I'm, working out my upper body too. That's when I started, grabbing my mom's dumbbells downstairs and just do curls all day while I'm healing on the couch. 'Cause that's literally just all I did. That and watch TV, a lot of TV and video games as well. Because I used to play video games when I was 12 and 13. And after like 14 is when I stopped playing video games like every day. But basically, that's how it got me into it. Because when I was a little kid, I was already like physically active. And I started working out here and there when I was 12, 13. I would do pull-ups and push-ups all day. And I remember when I was 13, I would just, go to a park, or I would go to the back of my school, and I would just, do a lot of pull-ups and shit, especially when I finally started healing and shit. But then that's when I stopped working out like that. After 13, 14, I kind of stopped working out for at least like 3-4 years. From 14 to 19, I was just in high school, minding my business. I was still physically active, but not as active as I am now. I was just enjoying high school, talking to a few girls, getting, making out with girls and shit. So I didn't really felt the need to work out, really seriously. And so, after high school, when I left high school, when I finally graduated, came to college, and went to college for, I would say, like a couple years and most before I dropped out. And after that, my life just became so boring as hell. Like, I had, none of my friends, were always available like that anymore. Like, back in high school, when we were kids, we're all grown-ups. Some of us pay bills. Some of us, have kids. Some of us, have to work a lot to get by. So it's kind of, very hard to have a social life when you're a grown-up unless you're on that same wave with them at the same job, or all y'all go to the same gym. Blah, blah, blah. It's kind of rare as, a guy. Maybe, I don't know how it is for girls, Maybe, it's different for girls. They still keep their best friends since high school or middle school when they get into adults. That's good for y'all. But for us men, it's kind of, very hard socially, I make new friends once in a while, but most of those people don't stick around very long. I don't know. Maybe they're not on the same wave as I am, or maybe they're not, in the right mind. I mean, I'm not too much in the right mind, but I'm trying to heal, right? I'm actually trying to do some shit about it, And the gym is a part of it. So like, we're going to get into one of the main reasons why I hit the gym later on in this video. And like how I started, I was 19 years old, and this was like right before the pandemic started. At 19 was the worst age of my life because I wasn't getting no girls, no friends, not too much. And all I did when I was 19 is just do a lot of Uber Eats and DoorDash on a bike. And I was just going to college here and there. And I kind of just dropped out when 2020 came around. The COVID happened, and I was turning 20, and I was like, during COVID is what really motivated me to start, because I was at home all day and everything was shut down. So let's say this happened in February of 2020. I finally decided, you know what, I'm going to grab some weights downstairs and, grab my pull-up bar, grab all the old workout equipments I used to have and buy some new ones too, which I did, and decided to start working out, like how I did is I just grabbed a couple dumbbells, did some hammer curls, regular curls, and I would do a jump rope in as cardio, do a lot of push-ups, a lot of pull-ups, sit-ups, leg raises, wall sits, all types of home workouts for like a first couple months. Like I would say till April, May of 2020. Actually, wait, this didn't happen until all the way till August. So pretty much the whole summer, I'm just being creative in my workouts until the gym finally opens again, like around August, September of 2020. I could be wrong. Like it could be way later in the year, but this was like 3 years ago. So I started working out at Blink Fitness, right? But I don't really like Blink Fitness later on as I started working out, because mainly it's very tight in space. Like, especially the one near my parents' house. It was very tight in space. Like too many people were too close to me and all that shit. And I didn't mind it too much at first. But then as I got, into working out more and more, I kind of like my own space. I kind of want, to work out in a machine where people don't bump into me all the time. So, and, not a lot of women really liked me there at all. Like, I don't know, maybe they all familiarized with me because I live there, but I don't know. Long story short, I terminated my membership and I moved on to Crunch Fitness in 2021, like January of 2021. This gym, I worked out in Crunch for the longest until this year, because I worked out from Crunch from January of 2021 all the way until May of 2022, like a year and a half. I would say, yeah, that's the gym I worked out at the longest, is Crunch. I worked out there from January of 2021 all the way until May of 22. So I might go back there at some point. I still have a membership over there. Like, I'll do some leg day over there sometime soon, But after that, I moved out of my parents' house and I moved on to LA Fitness, because LA Fitness is like 3/4 a mile away from my house, and it's not too bad. And the gym itself is very good. Like, it's very spacious. They have an indoor pool, jacuzzi, sauna. And this, at that point, is when I learned to work out for reals. Like, I was working out for like longer than an hour. For like longer, I would say from January of 2021 to May of 22, when I was working out at Crunch, I only worked out for like 30 minutes, not too long, but I still, was going aggressively, and people noticed, at least noticed I was growing. And when I went to LA is when I started working out really, really hard. Like the place felt more real, and there was way more machines that target different muscles, and they have free personal training first couple sessions. I didn't really do that, but because that's how they suck you into a contract, but that's besides the point. But I just kept working out over there. Now that's my current gym. I still have the membership to Crunch. I also have a secondary membership, like a backup gym membership at Planet Fitness. I have a black card, not the classic one, because then I'll have to stick to that one gym. Because black card, you can go to any Planet Fitness around, and just in case, the LA Fitness is closed or some shit, or if it's too packed, or, or if I'm from out of town or some shit and I don't want to pay a day fee, I could just go to Planet Fitness. And Planet Fitness has different like amenities like a massage chair, hydro bed, the body enhancement, and tanning. Not saying it's better than LA, but I kind of just use that as a backup. And I sometimes go there, as an extra spa, like because I do the jacuzzi and sauna. And I would just go to Planet Fitness across the street, go on the massage chair and the hydro bed, and sometimes I go to the body enhancement. I haven't tried the tanning yet. I feel like that's unnecessary, but maybe one day I'll try it just for the fucks of it. But I don't know. If I get bored of it, I'll just shut it down immediately and just get out of there. Like, I'm like, nah, I don't like this shit. But who knows? But that's besides the point. Now let's get into the reasons why I go to the gym. Now, the main reason is I deal with a lot of depression. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't beat myself down. Like, I just feel like shit a lot, Like, I wake up, I feel like, damn, I don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. But when I hit the gym, I feel slightly better. Like, it gets that shitty feeling away. And if I still feel that shitty feeling while in the gym, I just go harder and harder, blah, blah, blah. Some people might noticeably, see that I'm working out hard and shit, and they'll leave me alone. But when a girl comes up to me and talks to me in the gym, which is very, very, very rare, let's just say that. I'm just going to make it real clear to y'all. It's very fucking rare a girl talks to me in the gym. But it's like a present when she does. Even if it's just a simple hi, like, hey, what's up? Like, yeah, I bet. She noticed my presence, and it makes me feel myself a lot more. It makes me complete my workout a lot more. If not, then that's another good motivation for me to still go aggressive, because I'm like, damn, now these girls are looking at me. Shit, I gotta work out harder than these niggas. I'm dead. So I just kept going hard for like at least the last 2 years of just working out at least 4 or 5 days a week, and I didn't need to work out too much for the first year or two because I was just getting used to the weights, getting used to the motion and the routine and shit. And then year 2, I started just adding weights. I started going hard and shit. I'm like, you know what? At this point, it's my girlfriend, like I've never really had a girlfriend ever since like 2016, but it was a very short relationship. And me and her kind of cheated on each other. So I don't really think it was a real relationship. So let's just say I was never really loyal to a girl in my life, because I never got it. So that's besides the point. That's just the main other reason I go to the gym is because I don't really get girls. Now another reason is for my health, Like when I was a kid, I was very fat. I had high cholesterol. I still have high cholesterol now. I got to fix my diet. My cholesterol was slightly high, like, because when I last went to the doctor, like, a couple months ago, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I just got to fix my diet a little bit, but, my diet has dramatically changed since, like, last year, because my diet was just all over the fucking place. Mainly because I work at McDonald's now, maybe that's why my cholesterol is a bit high, or maybe because I consume too much supplements or some shit, or maybe I just had too many cheat days, I don't know. But let's just say that it's for my health too. Like, I'm trying to just keep myself and my health in check. I'm getting older. Nobody telling me what to do, so I have to look out for myself. Nobody's telling me, oh, get up. You got to work out. Get up. You got to go for a walk or some shit. As a kid, it's kind of easier because you go to gym class and you have no choice but to be physically active. Otherwise, you'll get a failing grade. But as an adult, you just have to really encourage yourself and find those main reasons that I just mentioned on why you want to work out. And you just have to remind yourself every day. Like I tell myself, nah, it's because I'm depressed, because I don't get women or friends who may, that respect me like that. And I'm doing this for my health, And like I would say a little bonus reason. I want to have kids one day, and I want them to look at me like I'm their superhero, It's kind of deep, as I mentioned about it, but I want my kids to look at me like, Daddy, I want to, like call you at any time, any point, anytime something's wrong with me, because nowadays kids don't really like their fathers, but that's besides the point. But nowadays, I'm trying to. That's another main reason. Why, another reason, bonus reason I hit the gym is because I want my kids to be strong too. Like I want my kid, whether strong mentally and physically too. Well, you got to be both. Anyways, like I need to be strong mentally and physically. So that is like another reason. I want my strengths to be passed on to my kids. Now this kind of concludes on like why I work out, why I hit the gym, and like the how I started to. My advice, just get into it, like it doesn't matter how you start, doesn't matter, what equipment you use, as long as you are consistent, you get a membership and you organize a split like chest and shoulders Monday, back and arms Tuesday, leg day Wednesday, type shit like that. Like I'm just throwing random suggestions out there. But I hope you guys enjoy this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.